The lovely bride, Kathleen. I'd like to welcome everybody here, and I'd like to tell you, Kathleen and Charlie, you have a winner. And Charlie and Kathleen, you have a winner. It's a pleasure for me to have everybody here tonight. When you have children, they don't come with instructions. And when I met Kathleen, I went out and sought help. And one of the things that they told me was that raising your child is like building a house out of Legos. You build it one piece at a time, and when you finish, you end up with either an outhouse or you end up with a White House. And what I'd like to do is talk about tonight a couple of Lego pieces that went into making this beautiful fairy tale castle I call my daughter Kathleen. So, one of the first things I remember was when Kathleen was about 6 years old and she started school. She came home one day and she was crying, and she said to me, she said, "Dad, they're calling me names at school. It really hurts my feelings. And I don't want to go back to school anymore." And I said to her, "Kathleen, what are they calling you?" And she looked up at me with tears in her eyes and she says, "Dad, they're calling me Kathleen." And I looked down at Kathleen and I started laughing. And Kathleen looked up at me and she started laughing. And I never heard Kathleen ever complain again about people calling her names. I was lucky right then. I was able to watch my daughter grow up right before my eyes. She learned a big lesson that words could not hurt her. And today I'm extremely proud of the way she is now. She has a pretty tough skin, and it's because of that. Another thing that happened, another Lego piece happened when, right about this time when she was in school, we were driving home, and she looked at me and she said, "Dad, what am I? Billy over here, he's a Protestant, and Maria over here, she's a Catholic. What am I?" I'm not a very religious person, but I'm Jewish by birth, and I really felt that every child should have a religious base. And I looked down at her and said, "Kathleen, you're Jewish." And I immediately took the car and I drove her to the Reformed Temple, and I joined as a member for the first time, and I signed my kids up for Hebrew school. And for the next 9 years, every Wednesday night and every Sunday morning, we drove to Hebrew school. And it proved to be a very valuable one-on-one experience for us. We were able to talk, we were able to discuss, we were able to sing. And of course, every now and then Kathleen would look up at me and she'd say, "Dad, I really don't need to go to Hebrew school." And I'd say, Kathleen, the way it works is I'm in charge of you until you're 13. I'm not going to stand before God and he's going to look at me and say, "A 9-year-old told you how to raise themselves?" When I got, Kathleen, when you get to be 13 and you have your bat mitzvah, then you can do whatever you want. And I remember when she got 13, looking up at the beam at Temple Beth Torah. And there behind the stage, behind the podium, was this beautiful, poised, confident woman delivering her bat mitzvah speech. And I was the proudest man in the world when I saw Kathleen do this. And then today, when I saw that Charlie and Kathleen were going to be married under the huppah, and they were going to break the glass, I was touched. And as James said, mazel tov to both of you. Another piece that went in was because of where we live. We live out on a golf course and there's no kids around us. And down before you get into the golf course was a very famous tennis club. And I entered Kathleen into it, and she played tennis for about 6 years, then she went off to private school. She came back to Rio Mesa High School, where Charlie and Kathleen were. And at that time, we were out shopping, and we ran into the tennis coach. And the tennis coach heard where Kathleen had played tennis and said, "Come on out to the team." Well, she went out, and being the hard-working, driving winner she is, I remember going to the first award ceremony, and this proud father watched her daughter go forward, and Kathleen was voted the Rookie of the Year. The second, and then the next year, we had this proud father went to the next award ceremony, and Kathleen was voted the most valuable player. And then the third year, this proud father again sat there, choked up with tears in his eyes, and he watched his daughter go forward, and she was voted the captain of the team. And the last thing I want to talk about was sort of when her senior year in high school, one of the Lego pieces, Kathleen was deciding where to go to college. And she only wanted to go to one college. She wanted to go to Pepperdine College. Said, "I didn't want to sign up for any other colleges." And I said, "You know, Kathleen, you can't put all your eggs in one basket. Why don't you sign up for another school like USC?" And she did. Well, as circumstances were, she did not get accepted at Pepperdine, but she was able to get into USC, which I'm very happy for. She's a Trojan all the way, let me tell you. And, you know, while she was there, I'd set aside the money, you know, to pay for everything, but Kathleen signed up to be a resident assistant. That was where you took care of one of the dorms, and you know, they paid for the room and board. I told Kathleen, we don't need to do this, I'll pay for it. And she goes, "Look, Dad, I want to do this for the college experience." Well, when she got the job for resident assistant, she ended up getting the #1 dorm, the Troy dorm. And Kathleen got the greatest college experience ever. She had the basketball team, she had the elite of USC there. She got to go through everything, she had fun, she had a great time. And you know, me as a father, I remember the day when she walked down the aisle in her black outfit with her hat on, graduation hat, and I looked at her, I said, you know, they're a grown woman, and you know, my job as dad is pretty much over. And it looks like right now, I'm going into the next stage here. I'm a grand, well, maybe grandpa. Not that I've heard it, but, you know, I just want to, you know, tell you that I am so happy that Kathleen's marrying Charlie. Charlie, I think you're a wonderful person. I think you're a winner. I really feel you have a big heart, while at the same time you have the heart of a champion. Yeah. So, and I also want to say that, you know, I've also had the privilege of meeting Gordon and Nancy, you know, Charlie's parents, and I've been able also to meet the rest of the Kimball family. And, you know, I can tell you, because of meeting them, I really have found out why Charlie has come out to be such a great guy. And I really look forward to the future where the Thompson family and the Kimball family come together in what I consider a great future. And for a toast, I'd like us all to raise a glass. Mazel tov to the new Kimball. Congratulations.